The elders knew the truth. Humans are unstoppable. No one believed them. Elder Zyxthera's crystalline form shimmered with frustration as she addressed the Galactic Council for the 100th time. Her ancient voice resonated through the vast chamber, reaching representatives from 1,000 worlds. "You still do not comprehend," she said, her ethereal tones carrying centuries of wisdom. "The humans are not merely another species to be catalogued and dismissed. They are a force of nature, and we have awakened something that should have remained dormant." The assembly erupted in dismissive clicks, buzzes, and telepathic scoffs. Commander Vorth of the Hegemony military stretched his 6 arms in an exaggerated gesture of disbelief. "Elder, with respect, humans are primitive bipeds who barely mastered nuclear fusion a century ago. Their weapons are crude, their ships are slow, and they die if exposed to vacuum for more than minutes. How can such fragile creatures pose any threat to our combined might?" Zyxthera's form pulsed with a deep amber light, the color of dire warning among her people. "Because you measure them by the wrong metrics, Commander. You count their weapons, calculate their technology, assess their physical limitations. But you ignore what makes them truly dangerous." Dr. Kalara, the Menthari representative, leaned forward with her insectoid head tilted in curiosity. "Then enlighten us, Elder. What makes these humans so special?" "They do not know when to stop," Zyxthera replied simply. "Every other species in this galaxy has learned the concept of acceptable losses, reasonable limits, strategic retreat. Humans have no such programming. When they decide something must be done, they do it regardless of cost." The chamber fell silent for a moment before erupting in laughter from several delegations. "Surely you exaggerate," chuckled Ambassador Cleet, his gelatinous form wobbling with mirth. "Every intelligent species has survival instincts." Zyxthera's light shifted to deep red. 3 cycles ago, a single human exploration vessel encountered our border patrol. Outgunned 50 to 1, any rational species would have surrendered or fled. Instead, they rammed our flagship at full velocity, sacrificing themselves to damage our shields long enough for their data probe to escape. 1 ship, 6 crew members, and they treated it as an acceptable trade for intelligence. "An anomaly," Commander Vorth dismissed. "No," the Elder continued. 2 cycles ago, when we blockaded their colony on Kepler 442b, cutting off all supplies, we expected surrender within months. Instead, they ate their furniture, melted down their wedding rings for raw materials, and held out for 3 years. 3 years. They literally converted their children's toys into weapon components. The delegates shifted uncomfortably, but Zyxthera pressed on. "And when we finally breached their defenses, do you know what we found? Not a broken, defeated population, but humans who had spent those 3 years reverse engineering our technology from debris, teaching their children to fight, and preparing for a war they couldn't possibly win. They had already sent detailed intelligence about our weaknesses to every human world within 100 light-years." Dr. Kalara's compound eyes clicked nervously. "Surely their government will see reason." "Their government?" Zyxthera's form blazed with urgent light. "They have no central authority that can surrender for all of them. Each colony, each ship, each family unit operates independently. Destroy their capital, and 1,000 other worlds continue fighting. Eliminate their military, and their civilians pick up weapons. Kill their leaders, and new ones emerge from their schools and factories." The chamber had grown deathly quiet. "But the worst part," Zyxthera continued, her voice dropping to barely above a whisper, "is what they do to problems they cannot solve with force. They adapt. They evolve. They iterate. Each defeat teaches them something new, and they never, ever give up trying." Commander Vortha's voice carried a note of uncertainty for the first time. "What are you suggesting, Elder?" "I am not suggesting anything," Zyxthera replied, her ancient form beginning to fade as she prepared to leave. "I am warning you. We chose to reveal ourselves to humanity. We chose to see them as a threat to be eliminated rather than a species to be welcomed. And now, whether we win or lose this war, we have created something unprecedented in galactic history. An entire species with nothing left to lose and infinite time to learn how to win. As her light diminished, her final words echoed through the chamber. The humans are not unstoppable because they are strong. They are unstoppable because they have forgotten how to stop. The council sat in silence long after she vanished, each representative suddenly aware that their carefully calculated invasion might have awakened something far more dangerous than they had ever imagined.